Hey everybody, welcome to SOULar Lioness Elite. I'm SOULar Lioness and I'm so glad that you're here with me today. Now, today is a very special video. I've been wanting to do this video for months, like so serious, for months now. But I never got around to doing it. Full-time mommy, quarantine, pushed everything back, pandemic, all this foolishness. Life's up and downs, everyday life, whatever. It's been a wild roller coaster ride, but I'm here. I've been gone for a minute and I'm back. And so, as you can see in the title of this video, it's called For the Love of Black Women, #support your own. So as I mentioned, I came up with this concept quite a few months ago. And as you may or may not know, I'm still learning how to step fully into my spirituality, my power, my womanhood, my ancestral remembrance, the divine feminine, things like that. And in so doing, part of that includes me reading cards. And that's tarot and that's oracle. So I'm still a student, but the ability comes from inside by way of spirit. Because without spirit, without the Most High, without the ancestors, this wouldn't be even possible. Well, I have these decks and stuff. However, I've always been adamant about supporting my own black-owned businesses. But wait, I gotta make a disclaimer. I do. Not just any black-owned businesses, but quality black-owned businesses. People like to make excuses about the so-called unprofessionalism of black-owned businesses as a reason to not support them, but you're not going to find that over here. Like, we're not going to use that excuse, because just like there's, some whack black-owned businesses, there's some whack businesses that's not black-owned who treat you just as bad or worse. But I'm not even trying to go there right now. Anyway, what's so special about this video is that it features all black women and femmes, fellow black artists who have done the work and they're still doing the work. And they're contributing to the culture by creating their own tarot decks and oracle decks and our beautiful black likenesses and our image. And so what I want to do is use my platform, small as it is right now, to highlight each and every one of them, because, I finally own these decks myself. And I'm going to have all these ladies' names and websites and information in the description box below and throughout this video. So please support them. This is just a major shout out to them. I appreciate their work. I love their cards and they deserve this recognition. So they got my coins. They deserve these coins, and I'm gonna spread this word too. And I feel like I can't just own these cards and quietly use them. I feel like it's only right that I need to let it be known. I got to put it out there for us to support our own as black people, and especially black women and femmes. And so, yes, without further ado, let's get into it. So the first deck you see right here is by one Miss Courtney Alexander, and the name of this deck is called Dust to Onyx, a melanated tarot deck. Now, I first heard all about her, and she was all the rage in a Facebook group that I'm in called The Witch's Brew, which is a sacred, safe space dedicated to black folks of all genders across the diaspora to come and learn the real history and information about our own spiritual systems and paths via African traditional religions. So Courtney is actually in the group as well, and she made history with the creation of this deck. And this is a picture right there on the back. Let's take a little look inside. What I have right here is actually the second edition of Dust to Onyx, but the first edition is gone, sold out. I was too broke at the time, so I didn't get my deck, so it's all good. But anyway, this is her beautiful work right here, complete with a hardcover guidebook. You see the box? You see the box, got the hardcover guidebook. Yeah, she really went in with this. She definitely did. Definitely did. Opening the box again. And I just love unboxing. I was originally going to do an unboxing video, but this right here is way more satisfying. And I'm talking about the hardcover guide. You can see the bookmark it comes with. It's just stunning. I couldn't believe it. I was like low-key intimidated by this. You just flip through these pages, like she went in on this. Like you get the history, the background of the images, the artwork, everything. Like she tells the entire story of her creation, her creative process. And here you can see some of the cards, and that's all of her original artwork, Miss Courtney Alexander's original artwork. You can see the gold metallic detail. Look at that. She talks about how that artwork came to be, and it's such a beautiful story. Look at these images. Stunning. And the feel of the cards is so satisfying. It's so slick but so matte at the same time. Like they just feel so perfect in my hands. And that's me putting them back in the box. Let's see. And yep. That's me trying to show how they look in the box. A little sloppy right there, but that's how they go. Yes, and that is that for this deck. She did that. Yes, thank you, Miss Courtney Alexander. Because I did a mass ordering of decks when that tax return first hit. I ain't gonna hold you. And this Dust to Onyx deck was the first deck of all of these that actually came. So thank you. Thank you. And this is Dust to Onyx, y'all. And that is, once again, the picture of Courtney right there. Next up, I have a major stack, y'all. A major stack. Like, major. Bam. All of this, these are by the same person. So these right here and that right there are made by the same woman. Her name is Crystal Banner. So out of these 4 decks right here, you can see I have them 1, 2, and 3. Let's get into it. First, I have quite a few decks right here. But this one, that one right there in my hands, is by one Miss Crystal Banner. She created these beautiful decks, and how I first found out about her is by way of her Kaleidoscope Tarot, formerly known as the Hip Hop Tarot. There's a reader here on YouTube who I absolutely adore. Her name is Wisdom and Light. She's a wonderful woman with beautiful energy, and she does these celebrity tarot readers, and she was the one first who I saw use that deck. And I want to know, yo, what are those? And I think I could have sworn I heard her refer to them as the Hip Hop Tarot. But anyway, I went to Crystal's website. No, I Googled it, and the Kaleidoscope Tarot popped up. I Googled Hip Hop Tarot, and that popped up instead. So I went to the website, and I was opened up to an entire world of cards. So the very first decks I ordered is the Price of Love Oracle that you see right here. That's the very first deck I ordered from Crystal Banner's website once I was led to it. And I also ordered the Soundtrack Oracle. So the Price of Love Oracle is for love readings because I feel like I want to expand my readings into relationship readings and whatnot. And I love love, so it just makes sense. But look, Crystal is a whole artist and a graphic designer and digital artist. And look at this box. Look how she designed this joint. Look at the barcode. And don't it sound like some type of dramatic, like soap opera or urban fiction novel, like romance novel or something? And she got every detail down pat. Look at this booklet. Let's get into this booklet. It's a debit card, y'all. Look at that design. Like, yo, I was snapped when I first opened this box. It's so clever and original and clean. This is a whole debit card. But let's get into these cards, though. This pretty black marble design on the back. And she created each and every artwork on these cards. Like, look at these beautiful images. I'm crazy about art. Like, we just make the most beautiful art as, like, black people. So creative. Just look at all of these original images. These original concepts for her cards. Like, look at these. Look at these. Very refreshing and original take on love, relationships, different colors and concepts. Yes, look at these. And then look at these edges. The holographic edges. Yo, she made her own symbolism. Yes, her own original symbolism in these oracle cards. So creative, fresh, and unique. I went in on her website and said, take my money. take all my money. Price of love, price of love indeed, girl. Take all my money. Next up, and I love this deck too, is the Soundtrack Oracle. Now, the Soundtrack Oracle is special because look at the format. Now, if you're old enough to know these, this looks like a CD case. You know, remember CDs? Look at CDs. I know y'all remember this. And it has the track listings on the back, and you know, forgive those stains. My toddler likes grabbing and getting into stuff, but see the tracks on the back? Take the listing right there. And that's not even the best part, y'all. You know what the best part is? Look at this right here. Y'all remember how we used to burn CDs? Look at that with the handwriting on it and everything. Like, y'all can't tell me this is not creative. Tell me this is not creative. You can't. I was snapping so hard when I saw these, and on the site I saw all these other decks were sold out, but these weren't, and I was like, yo, like, why didn't these sell out? This feels like a really slept on deck in my opinion. But you know what? I snatched this shit up so fast. Look at the back of the CD, the front of the CD. Crystal, you went in on this. You really did. And Pete, the bottom right hand corner of the box. You know how you used to have the CDs that say explicit content? Well, that says spiritual advisory, divine content. Like, I can't with her. I cannot. You know, these cards can be used for clarification cards or supplementary cards for any main readings that you do. The track listing on the back is actually the keywords of each card, and you can just use your own intuition to interpret it however you deem necessary for the reading that you're doing. So, yeah. You get it. Lovely things. Now, this deck, let's get right into this. Now, actually, wait. Like I said, love readings. And then these can clarify or supplement readings, or you can even use them by themselves if you want. It's up to you. They don't come with a booklet or anything, so it's your world. You know, how I use them is I use them to supplement my readings, and because that and the price of love. Wait, I'm going to show you again. I use them to supplement my readings. And because those two right there are the decks that I got together when I first ordered them, I just use them together. I instantly connected with her decks, and that's saying something. So please check out Crystal Banner. She's a wonderful artist. Please. Now, let's get into this Kaleidodope deck. I was entirely too hyped, but for good reason, because look how the box says. I'm so hyped right now. Color and culture. Color and culture. There's that same as spiritual advisory content label that was on the Soundtrack Oracle that wouldn't focus. Listen, I really, truly appreciate the detail of her box design, y'all. You have no idea. Like, she just, every detail of her packaging. And then when you take the lid off, there's quotes all around the side of the box. This is the box. I love the details of these. Look at these quotes. Look at these quotes. Yes, and she picked some very powerful ones at that. Up in the camera, what you seek is seeking you. Yes. Listen, I love these details, and those are some of the cards right there. These booklets, each and every one of these women went in on the design of their guidebooks. Not only their cards, but their guidebooks. Miss Crystal has an invocation. She has a table of contents. Look at that holographic on the back right there. She has a message from the author. She has everything in here. Flipping through these pages so you can see. Just like Dust to Onyx. I actually forgot to mention that. But yeah, they have a similar format with the intro, invocation, and table of contents, you know. In Dust to Onyx, Miss Courtney Alexander, she goes through in detail of the whole entire history of how this project came to be, the dream she had, the inspiration that she had, you know, the direction from her ancestors to the details of how each artwork was created and how they were to be created and all that shit, y'all. Then she went to the significance of the African ancestry, African traditions, and African culture. that'll help us, relate. And like Dust to Onyx guidebook, it's history lesson. It's literally a history lesson. It's a history textbook, you might as well say. But let's get back to this one. Crystal does the same thing. They both got invocations in the openings of their guidebooks, and they always encourage you to use your intuition. So yes, you use the guidebook, but it's mainly intuition over everything. Now, in Miss Banner's book, I like how simple the layout is. She explains the upright and reverse positions of the cards. And what I love is not only did she create her own artwork for these cards, she actually explains the contemporary images and symbolism in them. So let's get into this. This is what the back looks like. Look at this. Nice glossy finish. This is Death of the Major Arcana. And then you have, let's see, you have the Hierophant, also known as Pentacles, is the Three of Coins. That's also known as Pentacles. She calls her coins. And right here is the Sun. So you see is a more contemporary version of the artwork. Page of Wands. Then you got the Page of Cups. I love how she explains the traditional keyword meanings of each card, but she also explains specifically, the elements of her artwork in these cards. And, you see the Knight of Swords. And that's my favorite one. That was my favorite one right there. The Wheel of Fortune. You see, it's literally the Wheel of Fortune, like the game show. And that's so cute. It's so cute, y'all. I can't get over how much thought she put into this. The Wheel of Fortune. And I love this deck. It's too creative. Listen, if you want a break from those dry ass traditional images and white people, well, you can just take this deck right here. It's so fresh. It's so bright. It's vibrant. And that's the Magician right there. There's nothing much I can say. I mean, there's nothing much more I can say. The cards speak for themselves. That's the Devil card right there. These cards are so beautiful. I instantly connected with this. And those edges are also holographic as well. And that's that for this deck. Last but definitely not least, this is like the last deck that I ordered from Crystal Banner. It's called Kaleidodope on Astrology, the deck. I love that wordplay. It's called Discovery through Astrology. Now, what's so special about this deck is not only is it an oracle deck, but it's also a study guide, and you can use it as a way to understand astrology. So once again, let's please get into this box design. Let's get into this box design. She has all the planets, the zodiac symbols, asteroids on here. Look at that. Look how clean that is. Clean. And then on the cards, the inverse of color, we got black on white, then white on black. And then there's that signature shine, that holographic shine that's still here on the box. And man, let's get into these cards, y'all. These cards are gorgeous. Like, there's holographic edges shining again. And, this booklet is actually more like a pamphlet that unfolds, but it's still just as useful. She gives you everything that you need, an intro into astrology and everything. Like, she tells you about the planets. She tells you about the signs. She tells you about the houses, the aspects, and how to use this deck. Look. She tells you how to use this deck. And then she gives an example of each usage, which is for divination, learning and understanding, study guide, and this is all her artwork, and I cannot stress this enough. Let's get into these cards. Now, first we have the third house. So for all my astrologers out here and astrology lovers, you know that the third house is ruled by Gemini and Mercury. And the main theme right here is communication, and then at the bottom you have all the related keywords. Same thing for the first house. Now the house, these are house cards, and each type of card looks a certain way for specific design, like Pokemon cards. And this is a sign card. This is Scorpio, for example. In the top left hand corner you have the element symbol, which is water, And then you have the dates of the sign, the symbol, the zodiac symbol, the main descriptor, and then once again, the other keywords underneath. Now, these are what the planet and asteroid cards look like, and I can't get past how beautiful this deck is. I mean, all of her decks are gorgeous. I used this deck a couple times myself for a couple of readings, and they're still real crisp and new. Haven't really gotten into them so much, but look at these. These are so fire, y'all. People, listen, people sleep on this deck too. Now, either this is a brand new deck she had released, or I don't even know. But please go get these. Go get these. It's a multi-purpose deck. A multi-purpose deck. It doesn't get any better than that, y'all. I promise you. And that's it for Miss Crystal Banner. I mean, I love her decks. I love her website. I plan on continuing to support her. She's another wonderful creatress out here in this world that you need to know about ASAP. ASAP. Up next, we have a deck created by one Miss Andrea Furtick. As you can see, her name is on the box. This deck is both illustrated and written by her. And this is called the Afro Goddess Tarot Arcanas. The Afro Goddess Tarot Arcanas. Now, the first time I heard about this deck was, once again, from Wisdom and Light on her YouTube channel. She didn't have this deck right here. This is the special edition of the original deck that she has. Wisdom and Light has the original deck, which is actually wider than this, I think, like more like Oracle cards. And the back of the cards is all black with a giant shape of Africa on it. And that's how I first learned about this brand, because this is the deck that Wisdom and Light commonly used on her channel for her readings, and I wanted it so bad, and I chased this deck down too. I chased this right on down, but this is the special edition because the original deck is all sold out, and that's just what happened. I ended up with this. Look at this beautiful box. Look at that holographic detail. Special edition. So let's just get right on into it. So hers comes with a magnifying glass with the logo on it, most likely, so you can see the detail of the artwork better. And now we just open the box and you immediately see some of her artwork right here on the inside flap. That's some of her original work. Then this is the guidebook, another lovely detailed and designed guidebook, all by Miss Andrea's hand. And they got the back right here. Flip through these pages. You know, she's also another one who encourages us to use our own intuition. And in this guidebook, she tells us the upright meanings and the reverse meanings of her cards. And then we can see the simplistic layout of her guidebook too. And then on the back right here is an invocation. It says, Goddess of Melanin, for it is the time to open your eye and explore the depths of, it wouldn't focus. I tried. It would not focus on this camera at all. But it's cool though. It's all right. So anyway, let's get into the actual cards. Let's get into the cards. So, you know, I stalked through the internet looking for the name of this deck and finally found it, y'all, because one thing you need to know about me is if I want something, I search for it high and low. I search for it so hard. I don't think Wisdom and Light mentioned the name at first, so I just Googled shit, like, just based on what I saw. I was like, African Goddess cards, because that's all I can think of, but I was kind of close. These are called Afro Goddess. Afro Goddess. But let's get into the details of these. This is the special edition version of the deck, and these were just released. Look at this hot pink holographic detail. And just look at it. Like on the original deck, the back is all black with only Africa depicted. But here we see the whole world map and it's hot pink. The front of the card is holographic. It's the exact same artwork as the original first edition deck. So pretty. It's very, very pretty. And these are all based on her own original paintings. Yes. And what's so special about her deck is that she calls her kings sons and her pages daughters. The queens are goddesses and the kings are gods. Look at this artwork, y'all. Look at that artwork. That's the star card. It's so satisfying to look at. So satisfying. And she also did her own take on the original Rider-Waite-Smith images. So for example, if you wanted to use this magnifying glass, I'm assuming that, you know, you want to take a closer look at the artwork, or you can even use the magnifying glass for other things. Andrea also has other decks on her website besides this deck. She has the Lenormand's deck. Let me know if I'm saying that right or wrong, y'all. Don't clown me too hard. But I'm not into that particular system of cards, so I didn't get those. But yes, look at how pretty these are. Look how pretty, look how beautiful. I could literally wave these around in the light all day long. That's the moon card. And this is a matte deck. The front and back are holographic. Look at that. The Hermit. The Three of Swords. But like I was saying, this is a matte deck. The front and back are holographic, but look at these edges. The edges are not holographic. This is actually a golden shimmer. So the edges are like this beautiful golden shimmer, and that's a unique touch right there within itself. And you should feel how matte they are. They're so smooth to shuffle. And I just really appreciate all this detail. Look how smooth they are. Oh, and another thing. One more thing. I'm about to show you right now. Any second. Talking about how smooth the cards are, how matte they are. That right there. So, she created 2 of her own cards with their own special meaning for this special edition of this tarot deck. And this one is called Nova, the Universe, and that is her own original image. That's her own original concept. I can't recall the other one, but yes, let's get into this beautiful black goddess. Nova, the Universe. Yes, y'all, her name is Miss Andrea Furtick. Andrea Furtick. Don't get it twisted. That's me trying to shuffle the cards, trying to demonstrate, and I dropped the cards. Yes. I can't stop raving about these cards. I hope I'm saying her name right, though. That's her name again. Miss Andrea Furtick. I do not like butchering people's names. But listen, y'all, these cards are so worth the investment. And also, I'm so mad that I didn't notice until the last minute that she even signed the bottom of the box. Like, I never thought to look at the bottom of the box. As a matter of fact, as I'm recording, I'm just now seeing what it says. But at this point, it's kind of coming off. But it's okay. It's all okay. It's all good. It's all love. Last of all, but certainly not least, I give you the Melanated Classic Tarot, also inspired by the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. Now, this deck was created by Obria Tronshaw and illustrated by Miss Julia Goolsby. So, Miss Obria Tronshaw and illustrated by Miss Julia Goolsby. So, this is actually my very first black deck of anything. As you can see, this box has been through everything riding with me. And that's how you know I've been using these cards and going in. But see, the thing is, what had happened was, here's one of those stories. I had originally found out about the Dusted Onyx first. But since my broke ass at the time couldn't afford that over there, plus I was intimidated, I ain't gonna hold you. I was intimidated by them images and the power of the deck and everything, whatever. But I was all, I'm not worthy and blah blah blah. Look, it sounds corny and cliche, but it is what it is. That's what happened. I'm so serious, y'all. So I just Google searched for black tarot cards and I found these instead. I went online and Miss Obria has a website and I found them there, and here they are. So this is the booklet, and this is basically the first edition. She just released a second edition some time ago where she made some minor changes to the design of the cards, and she updated her guidebook or whatever, but I'm cool with this. Now she has her own unique story about how she created her own deck too, and there's an explanation of the major arcana, and she does this in a very unique way. She actually incorporates astrology in a way that I've never seen tarot and astrology put together. For example, she says the moon represents the astrological sign of Pisces, and when in regular astrology one would associate the moon with Cancer, so since that's the ruling planet. But I ain't trying to mess up this woman's explanations. But she basically says that each card is a combination of planet and sign, and that's what you can see in the booklet. That's assuming the booklet's still the same, because I know that she, at the time of this recorded voiceover, I know that she's updated her booklet. Flip through these pages. Yes, that's the booklet. But let's just get into this deck. So like I said, this is my very first black tarot deck, and I instantly connected to these cards too. This deck is the deck that opened up the floodgates of me channeling better and interpreting messages, and for the longest, y'all, I've been struggling with tarot, and I'm like, yo, I'm so tired of looking at these white faces. Like, I'm so tired of looking at white people. Like, what the hell? Like, what's going on? But once I got this deck, that's when I kind of started to open up my interpretation. Representation matters, especially with archetypes of magic and power. Yes, that's so true. I'm still not the best, but I do what I gotta do. Look at all these beautiful shades of brown people. All the black skin, the brown, the light, dark, medium, all the different shades and hairstyles. And this is just such a creative rendition of the classic images. Based on the original classic images by Pamela Coleman Smith, a black biracial woman who was commissioned to create the original Rider-Waite Smith images. And you can see here on the back, you have an all black back with the flower of life. And again, the creator, her name is Miss Obria Tronshaw, and the artist is Miss Julia Goolsby. And that concludes my video, y'all. For the love of black women, support your own. I have no problem supporting my own, and I'm so proud to support my own. And here are all the decks right here, once again, from left to right. You got Dust to Onyx by Miss Courtney Alexander. You got the Melanated Classic Tarot by Miss Obria Tronshaw and illustrated by Miss Julia Goolsby. And then you have the Price of Love Oracle, the Soundtrack Oracle, the Astrology deck, and the Kaleidodope Tarot, all by Miss Crystal Banner. And finally, we have the Afro Goddess Tarot Arcanas by Miss Andrea Furtick. I'll have the links to all their websites in the description box below. Support your own, y'all. I cannot stress this enough. If you're out here and you're just getting into tarot, if you're just getting into oracle cards, or if you're already into this life and you want a break from the same old bland, overwhelmingly white, colored redactedness, shade all shade, then please get you some of these decks right here. And the time I recorded this video was back in April, and this voiceover started in April too, but it's being finished today, July 19th, 2020. And since I made this video, there have been so many more decks of cards by black creators that are being released or have already been released, so please keep an eye out for those too. We as black people have so many options at our disposal for divination tools that are created in our own beautiful black images. And that's basically it. Please support your own quality black owned businesses. Keep those black dollars in the black family. Please support your own. And if you made it through to the end of this video, I appreciate you so much for sticking around. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'm so excited to share this. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, tap that notification bell so that you'll know when I upload my next video. I'm still getting to the swing of things and tweaking things here on my channel and adjusting everything, but I'm pretty sure it'll all turn out just fine in the end. And that's all I can say. Oh, I can't believe that I'm done this video. This has been a major project, and it's finally manifested. I finally finished, but Thank you all so much, and as always, enjoy.